Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 36 of my Hyperion progression series. Today we are going to go through some pretty interesting things and big progress on the account, honestly. I'm going to start off by talking about my Legion. As you guys know, Lyn was a character that was recently released in the current patch, and we chose to terror burn it to level 200. And the reason for this, of course, is that it does have a pretty strong Legion block. It gives us 5% IAD at level 200, and on top of that too, it also gives us a pretty strong Link skill at 210, which gives us 10% crit rate and 10% boss damage. Gives us a little bit of HP and MP as well, which is useful for some classes, but not for us. We're mostly doing it for pretty cheap crit rate and a decent amount of boss damage. So I trained it all the way to level 200, of course also using the Haven prequest. And from level 200 to 210, I used the EXP coupons from the current event to be able to boost it without doing any training. And with that, we did manage to get up to 7.9k Legion. We're only about 50 levels off, and I was actually only at 7.8 until recently because we actually did get a daily Mega Burning, and I used the Mega Burninator on a potential bossing mule of mine, which I would like to show. It is actually going to be a Pathfinder, and the reason why I chose Pathfinder is because I've never really played one, and I've always been sort of interested in playing the class. But the problem with the Pathfinder is, I think some of you guys might have already noticed, is it doesn't actually have access to the proper 6-set loadout that I've talked about on my channel previously. So I'll probably eventually go through and talk about how I'm going to make it work on this character, because it doesn't have a secondary or weapon that I can use. But I still think there's a way to put together a loadout that will be good enough for it to become a bossing mule. So just something in the future that I'll be working on. And I guess because we're talking about bossing mules, there's a few others that I have set up. I've considered doing things on the Lyn itself because a level 210 character is quite nice. And I believe Lyn gets a lot of bonuses. So we'll see if we can get stuff going on the Lyn. And some other bossing characters I've considered include my Demon Slayer, because I think Demon Slayer is just a really strong class. I wanted to work on my Luminous because it's a personal favorite of mine. And of course Demon Avenger, because I've actually never played Demon Avenger before. I think the class is pretty cool, so we'll give it a go. So that's just my Legion update. We're pretty close to 8,000 now, and I think in a few days we should be able to actually reach 8,000. In 2 days I'll get these extreme growth potions that should be able to push another 150 to level 200 hopefully. And that will put us into 8,000 Legion, and that'll be a pretty massive gain because we'll be able to put in like another 4 or 5 characters, I believe, into the Legion grid. And yeah, we'll be able to fully max out our boss damage grid, a little bit of buff duration perhaps, and maybe some stat. We'll see what we need, and it will be a pretty big stepping stone towards Black Mage. So those are my updates on my Legion so far, but I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I wanted to quickly share also what I've done with my bossing. You can see here I did manage to get a Twilight Mark from either Lucid or Will, I don't remember which one. I've got another Carnage treasure from our weeklies, but most importantly I managed to get my first Arcane Armor box. This is pretty exciting because it does save me out on like 5 bill worth of droplets, which is awesome. But I wish that we had a Star Forcing event to make use of this, because I don't want to lock myself into a particular item. If I can help it, I'll most likely be claiming the glove. Not for any particular reason, I just feel like out of all the ones I would like to be completed, I'd probably pick the glove. So we'll see what we do with this. A bit unfortunate we don't have a Star Forcing event like I said, but hey, no complaining, it saves us 5 bill. And speaking of money as well, we have got up back to a 10 bill stack, saving up as much as we can for a future Star Forcing event. So what I really wanted to spend this video doing is actually working on my Marksman. I think my Marksman is in a pretty interesting spot right now. And this is because I did a few bosses I didn't think would be clearable on stream. A few streams ago, I did manage to clear Hard Magnus. This is why I currently have this Magnus badge. And also I cleared Chaos Pink Bean. And I was really hoping for a cup, which is why I did Chaos Pink Bean, but we didn't quite get the drop, which we'll have to try again today, and I guess every day for the daily cup drop. But what is most important to me on this character right now is that I am only 1 day off of doing Chaos Root Abyss, and I realized I went to the wrong map. So for the Chaos Root Abyss bosses, you need to be able to have done Root Abyss 5 times. And it should say here that I've cleared it 4 times, and I haven't cleared normal today. So after today, I'll be able to attempt Chaos Root Abyss on my Marksman, which is super exciting because I do want to replace these armor pieces. I do want to have a top and bottom which gives us an extra item with a lot of Star Force and a lot of extra potential, and they do have pretty decent flames as well, even though that the treasure set does have boss flames. CRA just blows it out of the water. And I am most keen on specifically trying to get the Lucky Hat. I would love to walk out of this boss this week with a Lucky Hat. The Lucky Hat makes this entire 6 set bonus so fun to use for me because we rarely get to use something like a Lucky Hat, so I'm really hoping that that's the case. Because I did clear Hard Magnus and also Chaos Pink Bean yesterday, I do think that I have just enough damage to do all 3 doors. I think the only one that I'm a little bit suspicious of is actually Chaos Clown. I don't think I can 1-burst it after the split, but I think we should probably give it a try anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my Lynx and Legion over and grab some buffs, and yeah, we'll just give CRA a go. If we can get the clear, it will be awesome because then we can get so many armor pieces. But if not, then we'll have to see what we can do to increase our damage. So the first boss that I'm going to attempt is going to be Chaos Vonbon. I think out of all the Root Abyss bosses, Vonbon is probably the easiest one to clear. He is easy to hit all the time. You can control how much time you have in the boss, and I think just in general, just a straightforward boss with only a few kill shot mechanics. All I need to make sure to do is not to die to the orb and not to die to the jump, and it should be pretty okay. These are the buffs I'm going to be walking in with, just with the Monster Park green and red ones. And then hopefully we'll be able to get enough pieces for the CRR piece. For Vonbon, I think it is either the top or the pants. I'm not really sure, but regardless, I'd be pretty happy with any of the upgrades. Or maybe it's actually the hat. I'm not too sure. The only issue that I'm going to be having with this character is the fact that I don't have that many slots and I don't actually have a bind. So let's see if we actually do need a bind. If we do, then I'll have to go crack some Nodestones on this character because the nodes are pretty low level. Yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Alright, here goes nothing. First try at Chaos Vonbon on this character. And there we have it, we managed to clear Chaos Vonbon as expected. This Marksman has a pretty good time with Vonbon because you can pretty much just put down Arrow Illusion and Vonbon will just chase it, and all you have to really pay attention to are the 2 auto kills, which is the orb that you can duck and the jump where you have to match his timing. So overall, because he doesn't really do anything, we can just control him to be in the circles to get some more time. Took only about 10 minutes to clear, so I'm very happy with how fast that run was. And it looked like he gave us a good amount of pieces here. We got 9 pieces, so we can get our first piece of CRA, our CRA top. And yeah, part 1 is done here, guys. Not very useful top just yet because we do need to pair it with the bottom, which I think we get from Chaos Clown. But I don't know if I can clear him just yet because I do not have bind. But I think it is probably worth trying soon anyway because getting the top and bottom is actually a pretty good increase in damage. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of the lucky hats from Chaos Vonbon, so we'll try our luck again on the next boss, which I would like to try, which will be Queen. I think Queen is a little bit easier than Clown to start off, because I don't know if I have the damage required to do Clown, especially because I don't think I can 1-burst it out of its split. So I'll probably have to think of a way to either no-split it, or I'll just have to just play it correctly. But anyway, let's get our normal run for Queen, and then try Chaos Queen. And there we go, we managed to also clear Chaos Queen. That one was a lot harder than I expected because I didn't realize that my potions were going to be a problem. I think I went in with like about 300 potions and now I'm at 100, so yeah, that boss made me drain a lot of HP really quick, really fast. But that is okay, I'll just have to make sure that I have a lot more potions, so I'm actually going to go and refill them. I have a lot of power elixirs from my main that I have in my storage, so hopefully that will help us the next time we try Sea Queen. We did also manage to get away with 5 pieces. Unfortunately, I did not get a lucky hat as well, but this will be a still pretty good upgrade later on. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to use this, but being able to clear Queen is quite nice. It did take a lot longer than I expected because I died to the mirror once, and that healed her up quite a little bit. And yeah, anyway, we managed to get our CRA hat. Again, not really sure if I can use this because we do like the Onyx set hat. The 30% IED is actually so much better than this CRA hat by itself. So even though it is a better item, I think for now I'm going to be keeping the Onyx hat. Anyway, let's restock on our potions, and then I'm going to try to do Chaos Clown. I'm not exactly sure if I can do it just yet, so what I'm going to do before I run in is I'm going to claim some Nodestones from the event. So we get these 50 Nodestones here, and what I'm going to do is hope that I get the Bind. If I can get Nova, that would be ideal. Or if we can just get some nice upgrades on our skills. We also are missing a few common archer skills, which would be nice to have. And yeah, just upgrading our boost nodes wouldn't be too bad either. So let's see what we can get from these. Hopefully we get what we want. Okay, let's have a look at what we managed to get. Doesn't look like we managed to get any of the bind nodes, but regardless, we should be able to make some small upgrades here and there to just help out our character just a little bit. We did manage to get Vicious Shot from our 5th job, which is nice. This is a pretty good upgrade and it's a pretty strong buff, which will definitely help out with clearing Clown. We did manage to hit a few nodes here and there, so I should be able to probably upgrade 1 or 2 skills pretty cheap. These ones can get leveled up to level 2 or even level 3 with the node shards I might have. We'll just see what we can do with these. And as for our boost node situation, our character doesn't actually need anything too specific. It just needs 2 skills. We just need to get our snipe and our piercing arrow to be the ones that are boosted. And I think this one is actually a perfect trio here, so I'm gonna go and have that one. And as for our second trio, it doesn't really matter which one it is, but as it turns out, this one has a lot of nodes in it, so that gives us another bunch of extra final damage percentages on our skills, which is quite nice. So we have a level 3 and a level 9 node now. And with the remainders of our nodes, what I'm going to do is lock the ones that I want to keep. I'm going to disassemble all of those, and I'm going to try to upgrade whatever I can with these, and I'll also put in our bind, which I hope will be very useful. So just give me a sec for me to clean this up, and we'll see what we can get. So with our node shards that we disassembled, I crafted a Nova so that we can have this bind for Clown. And I also decided to get 1 more of the split shot and cartridge, so then we can level these up just to get a little bit more damage. So now this will be at level 2, and hopefully this one will be at level 3. And there we go, just a little bit of extra damage to try to juice it out as much as we can. And with this, I think this is probably the best chance I can get to try to clear Clown. Again, I'm not super convinced that I can do it, but we'll see how we go. If we can clear Clown, we can finally get our 2-set CRA. I'm not too convinced I can clear C-Vel. Maybe I can, but yeah, I don't think I can do the damage just yet. But if we can do Clown and make some small upgrades, perhaps we can. Wow, that was a lot easier than I had expected. I guess my Marksman is a lot stronger than I thought. So that was a pretty interesting way that I didn't think I'd be able to clear Clown. It turns out that once I actually did my burst, it only had about 10% health left. So I thought maybe I'll just die and then just try to keep hitting both of them because my burst was still up. And it worked out just enough to be where I could just keep dying and then respawning and attacking both of them at the same time. And both of them managed to die within the lives I had remaining. So I'm pretty happy that that turned out the way that it did. And yes, we did manage to get the final part for our CRA. We managed to get 9 pieces from Clown, which is amazing, to get our pants. And now we can transition off of the random gear that we have. Currently, we're just using the treasure set overall, which doesn't really add anything for us other than the fact that it's flame advantaged. So this is a pretty significant upgrade for our character. We managed to get 2 pieces of gear that really doesn't affect our set. It doesn't affect our loadout at all. And yeah, I'm gonna go quickly upgrade these. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that I managed to clear Clown. Like, I knew I could clear the other 2. I didn't think that Queen was gonna be so difficult, but because I guess I'm doing such a min clear, the mirror ended up being like a bit of an issue because I died to Queen, healed her back up, and then almost ran out of potions. It was a bit messy, but yeah, I'm just glad that I cleared vonbon and Clown. I didn't really care for Queen that much. At this point, she's just mostly money for us, not really progress. Then again, we did get the clear on 3 of them. We didn't get a lucky hat, but that's fine. We'll get it eventually. And yeah, I'm just really happy that I got my 2 set CRA. Yes, it does give us a little bit of stat from the set bonus, but what we're really looking forward to is being able to get our lucky hat and then replacing our weapon with the Fafnir weapon. That is when this character really does start to shine with this set. I do have some spare flames in my inventory here, in my storage. And let's see if we can get something fun on these CRA pieces. Oh, I'm so happy. Getting these CRA clears means that our Marksman can start getting some money to fund itself, which is always a great thing for our mules. Can't really be upset about that at all. Let's see if this epic pot works. Nope. That's okay. Let's see if we can get something fun here. I'm hoping for just something usable with the dex line. Not really expecting too much. Okay, we got 4% here. Okay, nice. We got 16 and 4%. So let's see if we can get something better for our top. Okay, we got 16 and 5. And I think that'll probably be it for the flaming. I don't want to spend too much on flaming because the gains are pretty minimal. But I am going to Star Force these up to 10. And there we go with both these gears at 10. Let's have a quick look at our combat power. I think we went in with just a little bit under 500k. And now we are sitting a little bit above 500k, which is great. Last thing to do on these items is to give them a potential. Currently they're just blank items. And there we go, both our pieces are now sitting at 3% as we hoped. This feels pretty good now. I'm very happy with the progress this character has made. Just gained a little bit more combat power here. We're sitting at just above 5k stat, which is great. And yeah, for a level 200 character, being able to clear CRA is quite nice. Just even though it is 3 doors, I can clear 3 doors plus Pink Bean and Magnus and Zakum and V-Healer as well. And Hard Healer as well. So it is a good amount of extra money for not too much effort. Getting about 300 mil in just above 40 minutes. It's not bad rates, honestly. Considering we could be farming in this time. This is actually not a bad pacing at all. Now we're just kind of in a waiting room where we're kind of hoping that we can get a lucky hat, so then we'll be able to maintain our Onyx set while still having a pretty strong CRA set. Eventually we will try to clear C-Vel. I'm not super confident at the moment that I can clear it. I might actually time out or die out, but yeah, we'll see what upgrades we can make in a short amount of time to be able to potentially clear C-Vel for our Fafnir weapon, because the Fafnir weapon is a fantastic upgrade as well. It is so much stronger than this maple item weapon, but we do lose out on a little bit on the 6 set bonus. But again, if we do manage to get a lucky hat, it ties everything together perfectly. And with that, I managed to clear up most of the weekly bosses I'm pretty confident in. I can still clear Hard Magnus and also probably Seavel, but I'm not too confident on Seavel. Hard Magnus will just take a while, and I'm not quite ready to sit in Magnus for another 20 minutes, to be honest. As for Papillardus, I think it's also probably doable, but maybe just barely. I'd more likely die out. One of the bosses I've actually considered is maybe do Princess No. I don't really have much to gain from her other than maybe the Carnage treasure, but that still might take a while because Princess No's prequest along the way to get to the final boss, it is pretty slow without a soul weapon. But for now, I will just sell out my crystals to see how much we've gotten. We managed to get about 300 mil from clearing out 3-door CRA and another 200 mil now for clearing out some of the easier bosses. I cleared normal Cygnus, hard healer, Chaos Sacrum, and also normal Pink Beam in that meantime, allowing us to make about 500 mil, which is amazing, like for how little we've invested into this character, mostly with event items and also if some event Nodestones, being able to clear all those in about an hour. It's pretty good. 500 mil within an hour is about the same pace as I would be making while I grind, so it's only going to get faster from here, which is awesome to know. With this character sort of set up now, I can start working on some additional bossing mules. I think my Marksman is in a pretty good spot at the moment. I'll probably add a little bit more, so then later on I will try to do Hard Magnus if it is a lot faster. And of course I will have to try to do Seavel before the reset, but we will see how it goes. Anyway guys, I think that'll be it for this video. Thank you again for watching and following me on this journey. If you guys are enjoying this video series, please let me know in the comments below, and if you do, please give this video a like as well. It does help me out a lot. Take care everyone. Hopefully you all have a wonderful day wherever you are. And as always, take care. And I'll see you guys in the next one.